Hello friends! Today we are going to talk about how stimming behaviors in children add to their learning experience. Stimming could be of any type: visual, vocal or verbal, tactile, pressure-based or proprioceptive, vestibular, oral sensory, or olfactory, which is smell-based. No matter what kind of stimming your child shows, you sometimes feel it's getting annoying. It is getting embarrassing in social situations. But these stimming behaviors are important for the learning of the child, which eventually help in improving their self-care skills, academic skills, and play skills. The first area in which stimming helps is functional speech. If you find that your child is repeating phrases, words, rhymes, songs, some kind of sounds, it means that they have learned that as part of a script, as part of something which is connected to indicating their basic needs, their emotions or expression of ideas, and also sometimes for social interaction. Even if you find a child randomly laughing, that is also a form of social interaction, because either they are indicating that they think the situation is funny, something popped in their head and they think it is funny, so they started laughing but could not explain to you verbally what does it mean or why are they laughing. Similarly, they want to regulate their emotions, but it comes out as either crying or laughing randomly. So their emotional expression is also based in this verbal stimming, and these kind of children are called as Gestalt language processors, where they don't learn words and then combine them into sentences, but rather learn scripts or sentences altogether or phrases altogether to be used in social situations. The second area in which stimming behaviors can help are called as emotional regulation. It might not even seem as a learning experience for the child, but it takes up to 7 to 8 years to develop, or maybe beyond that. In this, the child learns when to cry in a situation, when to laugh, when to control their anxiety in a social situation, how to keep themselves calm, and how to practice coping skills. So if you think that your child does not have emotional dysregulation, then they might be crying endlessly, laughing randomly and too much for too long, or they might resort to disruptive behaviors, throwing things, destroying things, hitting others, biting others, hitting themselves, self-harming behavior. All these are observed as part of emotional dysregulation. And so if a child does stimming, sometimes stimming can help the child to calm down. So if the child takes a walk and is calm, it's okay. If the child wants to hug you, it's okay. If the child wants to look at something and flip it, it is okay. If the child is continuously humming or singing and you think the child is not paying attention, wait for them to calm down, stop. Maybe it's just the overwhelming experience of an activity. The third area in which stimming behaviors help is developing attention or focus. You might think that because my child is stimming, they cannot focus because all their time is occupied in stimming. But if you realize you bring the child for an activity, for you, it could be a simple activity where blocks are kept and they're simply supposed to join them. But for them, it's a new experience. You again might say that we have done this activity so many times before with the child, but the demand is still high because every time the sequence of colors might have changed. The form in which you want them to build the tower is changed. The number of blocks that the child is supposed to add is changed. Or this time you want the child to do it independently rather than the parent helping them. So every time the challenge increases, when the child starts singing, looking here and there, they're just trying to calm themselves. Give them 2 minutes. Okay, we are going to start this activity. Okay, are you ready for it? So what happens? You will see that the child will momentarily give you either an eye contact or acknowledge you in some way that yes, I am ready for the activity now. So it's okay to give them those 2 minutes so that they are able to keep themselves calm. As the demands of the activity requiring attention increases, the stimming behaviors can increase. For example, the child is supposed to shift their attention. You want them to copy something from the board in the classroom. For them again, it's shifting attention. So it might be overwhelming for them, so the stimming starts and the teacher may think, the child is not focused. They start singing the moment we tell them to copy something from the board. They lose their focus, they get distracted. But actually, they're trying to cope with the emotional anxiety of that activity. I'm supposed to follow it. I'm supposed to track the line that the ma'am has written on the board or the teacher has written on the board, and I have to copy it. It might be overwhelming and they might need some help. Area number 4, with the stimming behavior and the sensory domain in which the stimming is happening, you can try to figure out what is the strong area or the strength of the child. For example, if you think your child is visual stimming too much, it does not mean that they get distracted all the time. It means they are good visual learners. So if you try to talk to them to explain them everything, always you'll find them visually stimming. But instead, if you try to show them pictures, you try to demonstrate to them, or you do one step and they follow one step with you, you will find that their learning improves significantly. If you find that your child has tactile stimming behaviors, they always like to keep objects in their hand, then use that as a means where the object is in the hand of the child, one of the hands, and with the other hand they are attempting the activity, so that their one hand gets occupied, they get the required pressure or touch that they were seeking, and it helps them to focus in their activity. So indirectly you're working on the focus as well. And finally, the fifth area, which is improving the play behaviors of the child. If you find your child is stimming, so identify what thing they use for stimming. For example, they like to work with water. So you can create many kinds of play with water. Dropping objects in water, putting paints in the water, throwing things in the water to improve their throwing skills, then trying to collect things from the water with the help of a strainer, or trying to collect them with a net, or they try to mix things together in the water, for example, paint and sand, or they can try to create mud and create mud castles. Multiple things can be practiced, and in a similar manner, you can continue the same so that they start writing or drawing in the mud. I hope this video helped you to understand the function of stimming behaviors. Of course, every kind of sensory area matters. So please get a sensory profile done for your child so that you understand which is their strong sensory area and use that for their learning. Please like this video if you found this informative, subscribe to the channel for more videos related to child development, add any queries or suggestions in the comments below, ring the bell icon for notifications when my videos are out, and we'll meet again soon. Bye.